Hello, Jovon here with Downy Yoga and Jinpa. We're going to be doing a 60-minute relax restore. So take a moment to gather your props. You're going to want to use a bolster, or if you don't have a bolster, you can use a large pillow, or maybe you can grab a large comforter and fold that in more or less a rectangular shape. A strap, or you could use a belt or a durable scarf, 2 blankets and 2 blocks. And if you don't have the blocks, no worries. Just grab a couple extra towels or blankets for yourself. I hope everybody's doing great. It's a beautiful day, not too hot, not too cold. Maybe grab you could always grab some water or a hot tea. It's always nice to do little things for yourself to make yourself feel comfortable, make yourself feel a little bit more relaxed. We're going to start off on the seat. You can use a pillow, or maybe you have a meditation pillow, cushion. We'll start off on our seat in a cross-legged position. Sit up tall and straight, close your eyes. We're going to begin class activating our conscious mind. Begin the tuning in process, acknowledging your breath. Noticing the in-breath and noticing the out-breath. And as you're doing this, allow yourself to explore what is going on in the mind. Are you seeing some traffic jams? Is there a lot of skitter scatter? Maybe there are thoughts that you are thinking about more. And maybe you start to notice in this moment, now that we're sitting here and talking about it and bringing our awareness towards it, and you can start to see the train of thoughts that follow the initial thought. And where does that initial thought end up? Is that thought related to your initial thought? Is it a completely different subject matter? Are you feeling anxious, grief, fear? Give yourself the space to explore what's going on in our mind and our thoughts. Breathe easy through the nose, out the nose. Maybe you have wondered why I bring up such deep inquiries, deep self-inquiries. I like the intention to be whatever is, let be. Whatever things kind of come up or have come up the last few minutes of this class, or past few minutes of the class rather, let and give yourself permission just to let that be. We visited this intention last week, And I really want to develop it and practice it with you. When you can allow your body to move or start to, maybe your body, you start to shrug the ears and you start to slouch when you get in your mind. Maybe there's something there for you to realize that it just needs to be left alone. A few more breaths here. I know this is deep. I know that sometimes these things bring up unwanted feelings. This is okay. Let them be. We'll take a few clearing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth. Inhale deeply in through the nose. Open the mouth, release. One more time. Can this next breath be the biggest breath that you've taken all day long, maybe all week long? And when you hold it at the very top, feel the breath up just a little bit more. And as loud as you want, as loud as you feel comfortable in your own home, open the mouth and meet me on your back when you are ready. Let's place a blanket for the head. It can be flat or rolled, folded. I want you to find something that is comfortable and supportive for your head and neck. In restorative, and we want to use the props to support the body. We don't ever want to feel like we have to shape the body to fit the props. It's the other way around. Grab a hold of your strap or scarf. I'm going to just get adjusted here so I can support my head and neck. Try to keep the natural curve of the neck. This is your cervical spine. So we have the strap next to you. Good. Bring the right knee into the chest once you're ready. Interlace the fingers in front of the shin. Now, you can rock your shin side to side, front, back. Maybe make a few circles here. And if the lower back feels tender, feel free to bend your left knee so that way you keep more support there. We're just going to spend a little time warming up. Well done. From here, grab a hold of your strap, unloop it, place it under, go ahead and place it right at the ball of the foot. Keep your knee bent here at first. When you hold onto the strap, hold on to each end of the strap with your hands and drop the elbows down. Shimmy the shoulders away from the ears. As you're ready, you'll extend the leg a little straighter, but keep a bend in the knee. Your left leg, let it be loose and relaxed. Breathe fully into the lungs. Breath by breath, if you feel the openness, you can extend the leg a little straighter and then pull in a little bit more slack. But keep the elbows on the floor. I would like you to hold onto your strap in the right hand only. Okay, and maybe you reach up a little bit so that way you have only a little bit of slack here. Reach the left arm out to the left. If you have any props in the way, just set them off to the side. If you can't reach the the left arm straight out to the left, you can make a cactus shape with the arm. Okay. Make sure that the shoulder isn't shrugging up into the ear. I want you to take your right leg out, maybe about 10 degrees or so. Just a tad bit. Check in, how do you feel with the right leg a little bit out to the right? It's just a tad, very subtle, but you can start to maybe feel how this might swivel the left hip up skyward. Then maybe you give yourself a little bit more, swinging out the right leg, another 10 to 20 degrees. You can go as far as about halfway, 45-degree angle. The knee can be bent or the leg can be extended. Try to keep both shoulder blades rooted down into the earth as well as the left hip bone. So a little bit of effort here so that we can release any tension that we have in the right inner thigh and hamstrings. One more breath. On your exhale, bring the right leg to center. Bend your knee. Let's take the strap off to the side and hug the right knee into the chest. Making circles, you can even roll the ankle, wiggle the toes here. Extend the right leg out. Let it flop open. And when you're ready, just bring your left leg back in. Okay, interlace the fingers in front of the shin. Play around here, explore. Do you feel congestion? Do you feel openness, tenderness, or does it feel good? Now grab a hold of the strap. Extend the left leg skyward. Keep a bend in the knee. Each end of the strap will be in each hand. Elbows down, shoulders relaxed. You can close your eyes if it feels good on the face. Breathe easy. Breathe fully. As you're ready, you can extend the left leg skyward, but keep a micro bend in the knee. Now, if you happen to notice that your mind is hopping around, in Buddhism, they call it monkey mind. Invite yourself to come back to the breath without any judgment or criticism to yourself. This is normal. Everybody does it. You're not alone. Invite yourself. Notice the inhale. Notice the exhale. Placing the strap, both ends of the strap, in the left hand, so you want to get some slack, pick up the slack. Take the right arm. Take the right arm out to the right. Plant the palm down, relax the shoulders, and take the left leg out about 10 degrees or so. Just a tad bit. This is the beginning stages of letting your body know, hey, I'm going to be taking the leg out. And then maybe another 10 to 20 degrees. And then when you finally want to take it as wide as you can. If you're not at 45, don't worry about it. Be at 20 degrees. Keep yourself at 10 degrees. Keep a bend in your knee. What's going to work better for you? Relax the left shoulder. Right shoulder blade and right hip down to the earth. It's stabilizing. One more breath. On the exhale, center the left leg. Release the strap, knee to the chest. Interlace the fingers in front of the shin. Roll the ankle, wiggle the toes. You roll the ankle, make sure you roll in opposite directions. From here, bring both knees into the chest. Apanasana. Let your legs knock over towards the right. Gentle twist. With your right hand, you can cup the left knee pit to help with a little bit of support. Soften your facial muscles. And notice if there's any tension. And where is that tension exactly located? Just taking notice, taking note. One more breath in. On your exhale, knees towards the chest. Apanasana. You can place the hands in front of the knees or shins. Stay for a breath. Exhale, knees knock over towards the left side. One more breath. Exhale, knees towards the chest. Stay for a breath. Releasing the exhale. Next, I'd like you to roll on to whichever side is most natural and comfortable for you. If you like to stay for just a moment in a fetal position, is there something in your face that you can soften just a wee bit more? No pressure to have to let go of anything, no pressure to have to do anything, no pressure to behave a certain way or have a certain attitude towards something. Just be as you are. You can stay here for a little bit more if you like, or join me on the seat. Take your time. In fact, I'm going to invite you to pause halfway. So come onto the hands, let the head dangle here a little bit. And slowly come onto your seat. I'm going to try and do this practice without disturbing Jinpa. She's already in Jovon. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth. Let's set up our next posture. Now the next posture is opening the again. If you need more, if you happen to have and the lower back is really tender, it's hard to do this posture on your seat, I'm going to invite you to do against the wall. So we're going to do a straddle. Okay, so this is a straddle forward fold. Grab a hold of your blocks. This is going to be really nice, a really nice support here. And you can place your blocks on the highest setting. Let's use the bolster as a bridge, and we'll have our blankets close by. Now, a couple different options. Explore. What do you need in this pose so that you can relax more? If you happen to need a little bit more height, there's some options. Maybe you have extra towels and blankets. You can put the blanket on top. Who knows? This will help to keep the spine a little bit more upright, so it's not such a deep flexion in the spine. It's a lighter forward bend. Or if you happen to have very tight inner thighs, okay, so you're using those adductors, so those adductors are really tight, or hamstrings, okay, the back of the thighs, those are really tight, or even your lower back, then you're going to want to grab a hold of your blanket. I'm going to grab the short end of the blanket, and this is the way that I'm going to set up my pose. Roll. I'm going to have one on each side. Okay. This is maybe a little OCD, but or some may say, but I always like to fold the props. Like if I was setting this up for a newborn baby, everything must be just right. And you do it with so much love and so much nurturing in mind. So you want it to be very perfect. Smooth the blankets out. Okay. So this, if you're going up against the wall, this would be the leg that you're going to have. And again, if you are going up against the wall, you can place a blanket underneath your hips to just keep a little bit more cushion there, especially if you have a hard floor. Or maybe it's a support for the head. Okay, so feet are loose and relaxed. I got the support under my knee pit. And this is adjustable. Completely customizing this pose. You can overlap the forearms, so one on top of the other, whichever comes natural. And the space between your chest and the bolster is going to be right where you put the nose and mouth so that you could breathe. Rest your forehead down. Once you get in, you feel just right. Breathe in easy through the nose. Open the mouth. If you're on the floor up against the wall, shimmy the shoulders down your back, palms facing up, or a cactus shape, arms. If you're upright with me on your seat, can you release the jaw so much so that you feel the bottom portion of your jaw droop earthward? Can you release it? Or do you still find and see that it's still clenching up? Maybe it'll help to move the jaw a little bit side to side. Awaking it and saying, hey, you're clenching. Let's relax and let go. Your feet are loose and relaxed. And breathe. We'll be here for several breaths. You want to make sure you're comfortable to sustain this pose. Slowly begin to breathe more intentionally. Wiggle the toes, the ankles. Begin to lift the head, the chest. Keep a soft gaze. If it feels good, and you can give yourself a little neck massage, or maybe just stretch the neck, half circles, full circles. Roll the shoulders into the ears. The wall or on your seat, start to bend your knees. If you're up against the wall, you're going to go to the side and slowly bring yourself up onto your seat. If you're here with me on your seat already, just come into a cross-legged position. We're going to place the bolster underneath our seat. And keep a cross-legged position. A little bit more blanket underneath the knees. Good. Let's grab a hold of your blocks, okay? And you can have one on the lowest level and one like so. Okay, so just sitting up nice and straight and tall. If you happen to need maybe a little bit more support, you can always place a towel over just to kind of give yourself a little bit more height if that works for you. So a lot of different options. If you don't have blocks, I definitely would recommend not to elevate the hips. Okay, I'm going to use the blocks or your blankets. Just roll up the blankets, or maybe there's some books or a small little table that you could use to stretch the shoulders out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. On the exhale, you're going to circle down. So see how I'm teeing the arms out? You're going to take the right arm under the left. Okay, and you can absolutely do knuckle to knuckle or palm to palm. If it doesn't feel good to do that, then grab a hold of the shoulders. Either way, you're going to place your elbows here on top of the block. Okay, if you like, you can bring your chin and snuggle up here. If you're in the full eagle arms, you can rest your forehead right into the left elbow pit, the back of the elbow. I'm going to go ahead and keep my arms this way because I have the microphone and it's just more comfortable, so that way the microphone doesn't hit anything. But try the two options on and find something that works best for you and feel the outer upper arms opening up. We're not going to be here for as long as we were on that first pose, just a little bit. Five to seven more breaths. On your next inhale, begin to release. Lift the elbows up. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, circle down. Left arm goes under the right. Okay, so Garudasana or opposite shoulder heads. Move around a little bit. If you notice the broadness in the back of the shoulder blades, how wide the upper back feels. Taking the breath to the back lungs. Five to seven more breaths. On the next inhale, slowly release. You want to release the arms down, circle up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Want to shake out the hands a little bit. Okay. And if you happen to notice a little bit of a tingling sensation, almost like your arms were going to numb, that is not abnormal. I mean, if it was painful, that would be something to be mindful of. But what happens is that now we're stretching, and we're even stretching the seat, that protective layer, the myelin. That can also get tense when we're stressed, when we're constantly feeling this way. So it's nice to not only stretch the fascia, but we're stretching the nerve. That, okay? So, okay. We're going to come into a prone pose. So this is going to be on the stomach. So if you like, you can place your blankets off to the side. Actually, we need one blanket, but both blocks we will not be using. So bolster and a blanket. Okay. So place your blanket onto the right side. We'll do the right side first. Okay, you can keep it flat. If you happen to feel a little bit tighter in your inner thigh area, then maybe you want to fold the blanket. Not too high, but just a little bit, okay? We're going to come on to the bolster. Okay, and you want enough so that way you can rest your head down. So the bolster is basically from the waist up, but every body is different. So my torso might be longer or shorter than yours. So just make the appropriate adjustment. Or maybe it's a pillow. If you need two pillows to make yourself feel comfortable, by all means, go ahead and do it. You're going to hike up your right knee onto the blanket and let your left leg extend down. Let it be loose and heavy. Let it flop open. Okay, point the toe back. The toes. Point the toes back. You're going to take your arms underneath your bolster and whatever is most comfortable for your neck. So you can point your nose the opposite direction of your knee or the same direction of your knee. If you are happen to feel like you can use a little bit of a stretch in the neck, look the opposite way. And you can always change mid pose. And close your eyes, get comfortable, let your body sink into the bolster. If you feel like your left knee is locking out, you can always place a blanket underneath the left ankle to elevate the foot a little bit. Just like if you were having a massage and you were on the massage table, they put a little, like a little bolster underneath. You can use a blanket under that. So if you feel that, you can do that too. Just come out of the pose. Again, it's all about making yourself feel comfortable. Make the effort. It's worth it. And know that that effort is for yourself. You know, good self-inquiry here. How much effort do you put in to doing things for others? Not that that's a bad thing, but just in I got a new planner and the self-care, it's a self-care planner, but you know, we plan all these things to do, and some of them are to satisfy others' needs. And we always think, okay, I got to take care of myself. I know I have to take care of myself, but maybe I'll have time tomorrow. Maybe I'll have time tomorrow. So it's nice when you can carve the time out for yourself and to really utilize the time to really take care of yourself. Slowly begin to breathe with intention. Lifting your head. Slide your hands under the shoulder heads. Extend the right leg back. And I want you to come into a tabletop position. We'll do a few cat-cows, or maybe you sway the hips side to side. Then switch over the blanket onto your left side. And we'll come on to the second side here. Once you found just right, breath in, breath out. Slowly begin to come back. Take your time coming out of the pose, same as we did the first round. If you want to do a few cat-cows, you're more than welcome to. Keep a soft gaze. We're actually going to do our final rest pose. So really nice way to use our props here. Place your blocks, or you could do blankets. Okay, just roll the blankets up. I'm actually going to put that on the highest setting. So your first block will go on the highest setting, okay, and the second block on the lowest setting, on the widest width, okay. All right. You're going to sit in front of the block, bend your knees, slide the bolster right over. Sorry, jump up hill. Okay, it's okay. Baddha Konasana legs, so the soles are together. Okay, and then you have the knees splayed out to the sides. Lean back and whip the hips a little bit. Make sure that you are on the base of the sacrum, so that way the lower back stays neutral. The first block will be high, or maybe it's a blanket, and then your second block will be behind. You can flat on your back. You don't even need the bolster underneath. You can just do everything on the back, maybe just a small little head support. Take your arms down by your sides. Close your eyes. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Make it just right. Welcome yourself here as you are. Whatever thoughts you went through this class, know that you could just let it be. You don't need to change anything. We need to acknowledge that things from the past are just there to be. But it's with the intention of letting it rest, letting it be, that we kind of change our attitude towards how we see the past, how we could see the situation. Can we be more comfortable in allowing ourselves to be in stillness, not having to come up with a reaction or an opinion or having to defend? Let's just let it be. No need to change. There's something in the body that feels a little tight. See if you can take a big breath in. This is it. Shavasana. Let your body rest. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Stay here as long as you like to, as long as you feel like you need to. Be tender with yourself. Give yourself what you need today, now. Thank you so much for joining me live. If you're watching this pre-recorded, thank you for choosing to relax and restore. If you feel like you like to donate to this cause of live streaming from Downey Yoga, keeping this space alive so that we can reopen soon, please send a donation through Venmo or Zelle. On Venmo, it's at Downey-Yoga. You'll see our logo. And on Zelle, it's the email, info@downeyyoga.com. Any amount that you can contribute is helpful and is towards a good cause, keeping this studio alive virtually. And when we can come back and open our doors, we'll be ready to welcome you back in. Thank you. Namaste. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks so much.